Today I'm going to show you how to make this cushion cover using the richly textured basket weave stitch, and guess what? It's only one stitch. The materials: a cream colored yarn or any color you choose. It should be acrylic. Worsted number 4 is a good weight because it stretches. Medium size hook and a crochet needle. To begin with, we make a slip knot. You take your 2 fingers and you wrap it around, cross it in the back, and you take this part and you tuck it behind the yarn like this. Take your crochet hook, insert it, remove your fingers and pull both sides. So that's a slip knot. We don't count this as part of our chain. So to do the chain, you pick up your yarn, hold the bottom because you want to make sure it's tight, and you yarn over and pull through. Now the chain that you're going to be making is multiples of 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So multiples of 8 until you reach the desired length of your cushion. So this is my cushion here, so I'm going to make enough chain to go from here to here. Multiples of 8. So I did 5 multiples of 8 for a total of 40 stitches, chains. So it's enough to go from here to here, plus I gave it a little bit of extra because I know I'm going to be turning around. Okay, so now that I have that measurement, and you do your measurement so it fits your cushion and give it a little bit of extra. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use the double crochet stitch. And to do a turnaround, we're going to be inserting into the 4th chain. So if we count right up from the hook, so we got 1, 2, 3. So this is the 4th one right here. Okay, sometimes it's hard to see. I always get mixed up too. So you go 1, 2, 3. So this would be our 4th one. So we do a double crochet. To do a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through once, yarn over, pull through twice, 2 loops yarn over, pull through the remaining 2. So that's a double crochet stitch. So we want to do that in every single chain all the way to the end. Okay, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. So keep going till you get to the end, and then I'll show you how to do the pattern. So I've come to the end, and your row should look like this. So now we begin our pattern. So let's turn our work around. Okay, and if you need to tighten your slip knot, go ahead so it's nice and tight. So let's start by chaining 3. So 1, 2, 3. So before I go on, I want to explain the pattern to you. Okay, so here is a sample. So the way this pattern works is you're going to have 4 facing this way, 4 facing this way, this way, this way. So this is how it looks like. And to achieve this pattern, what we do is we crochet into the posts as opposed to the V's. So in a normal crochet, so this is double crochet. You're going to be doing double crochet throughout this whole thing. So in a normal crochet, you would double crochet under the V's right there. That's how you crochet. But for this pattern, we crochet in front of the posts, through the post, and the back of the post. The front of the post is how you achieve these, if you can see that, the raised, and doing the back of the post achieves going this way. Okay, so this is what we're doing. So starting off, we do 4 double crochets into the next 4 posts. Okay, so not counting this. This is going to be our straight line going up. So let's yarn over and do our double crochet in front. That means inserting your hook through the posts, yarn over, pulling it through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I'll just move that. Okay, so let's do that again. So yarn over, and things are going to be turning on you, so just be careful. This is a nice guideline, you know, this is the bottom right there. Okay, so because what you're doing is you're raising, okay, your work. So let's do a double crochet now again. Yarn over, the next post is here. So insert our hook through the post, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and do your double crochet. Okay, so again, yarn over, going into the next post, right through the post, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So, and one more double crochet into the next one. So yarn over, through the front, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So we did 4, and see how we're raising them up? Okay, so there's our 4 raised, and now what we want to do is we want to do from behind to create that line. Okay, so we're going to yarn over for the next 4, and we're going to go through the back. Okay, so you just have to kind of turn your work around and use your thumb. So inserting my hook through the back and yarn over, pulling it through, yarn over, pulling it through 2, yarn over, pulling it through 2. So that's our double crochet. So yarn over, going into the next post, which is right here. Okay, going in through there and doing our double crochet. Okay, so one more, yarn over and going through the back, yarn over, pulling it through and doing our double crochet. And one more, yarn over and going through the back and doing our double crochet. Okay, so this is our pattern going all the way to the end of the row. So what that does, and of course it's really hard to see on the first row, but you will see it. So this raises them, and this one creates a little line, which you can see right there. Okay, so don't lose your place, and it's easy to see. So been working here, so now the next 4 we're going to do in the front again, and then the next 4 through the back, and keep going till you get to the end, and I'll show you how to finish it. So I'm at the end, and I have this little thing here left. This is called a post. We're going to be double crocheting into this. Okay, so I'll show you how it works, but basically you should have 3 chain. That's how we've been chaining, and we're going to be chaining, and you're going to leave 2 down below, and you're going to crochet into the top one. Just do a double crochet. So yarn over and do your double crochet into that. And yeah, sorry, my needle is just a little tight. My crochet hook. So I'll do a double crochet. That creates a post, and this is not part of our pattern. Okay, so I'll show you on this pattern here. So the posts are these little things here. So if you turn it around, you can see I have 4 on this side, and that creates a post. And you do that by double crocheting into the post, what we just did, the final one. And also on the other side, when you chain up 3, you create a new post. So this is how it looks like. So you have this post, and this will be great for joining them together. And then you should have your pattern all the way 4, 4, 4 till the end, and then you can have this post again, and you can't see it on the reverse, but if you turn it, you can see it on this side. So that's what this post is. Okay, so now that we have our post, because we double crochet into the post, let's turn our work around, and let's pick up our yarn and chain 3, and that creates that post on this side. So 1, 2, 3, and again we're going to repeat the same pattern. Now it's easy to see, a lot easier, because if it has this little ripple in the middle, this is the back and this one is the front, because it has the little raised lines going this way. So we know that this is the back, and we're repeating the next 2 lines, so this is, we did 1 row, so 3 more rows we're going to repeating exactly the same way. So if this is the back, we're going to crochet again into the back. So yarn over, and we're going to go into the back, which is actually the front on this side. So if you have any problems, just turn it around, and you can see it's actually the front on this side, and you're just crocheting in reverse. Okay, so we're going to do 4 on this side and 4 on. So So it's easier to see in the back because it's like the front. You have your 4 raised posts. You're just working in the back of them. And when you're doing this, sometimes your work gets a little twisted. That's okay. Don't worry about it. It does straighten itself out as you carry on through the row. It's a beautiful pattern and it makes it a rich, thick, look to anything that you do, whether it's a blanket or a scarf or a pillow cover like what we're doing. Okay, so you see how it's like kind of turned? Okay, that's okay because that's how it looks like. So now we're gonna flip it and do the front. So when you're working through the back or the front, I just want to mention, do you see this little post in the back? Make sure you get the upper ones, not down here, because your pattern's going to be all mixed up if you do. And to help yourself, because if you pull it apart, you can see sometimes it's confusing and you go in here and it gets all tangled. So just use your fingers and separate. There's your post, find your post, and you should be above this little line that's in the back. So above. So I've come to the end and I'm just going to do my post. So this is how your post looks like. Make sure you always do the double crochet into, count them 1, 2 high into the top 1. Okay, so just right into that chain. So just do 1 single crochet and that creates our nice little edge or post that's going to go all the way up. Okay. Did that, and now I'm going to turn my work around and starting to look good. Okay, and you chain 3, and by chaining 3 that creates the post on this side. Okay, so now we're going to doing exactly the same thing. You're going to go the same row and then double crochet into the post, chain 3, turn around and do another row all the way in, and then I'll show you how to switch. So just carry on and repeat the next 2 rows. And I've reached the end of my pattern, end of my 4 rows. I just have to do this one into the post here. And then what we're going to have to do is we have to reverse the pattern. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to turn our work around and chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. And now if you look at the pattern, you've been going 4 this way, 4 that way. So 4 forward, 4 reverse. So now, and there's 4 high, right? So it's 4, 4, 4s. So now what we want to do is we want to get this little, if you look at the sample, see how it has the little crisscross? So we want to get, if you can see that, it has little crisscross things. So to get that pattern, we have to reverse it now. So for 4 rows, we did this front and back. So now we're going to do back and front. So all we're going to do is where it was front is now back. So we're going to go and do, and this is one that's just a little bit difficult when you're reversing. So you got to pay attention. Okay, so you're just reversing it. So these are the front, but now I'm doing the back. So there's my 1. So I'm going in and through the back because I'm reversing it. So there's 2 going in through the back, and there's 3, and I have a last one. So I look at my post and through here. Okay, so now my next one, and it just gets a little complicated until you get to a couple of rows down, then it will straighten itself. But don't look at what you're doing because it's going to be a little bit of a mess till you get near it, just because it takes a while to straighten out. So now you know this was a nice back pattern. Now this is going to be the front pattern. So we want to pull it in the front around the post. So we do a double crochet through the front. So we do 4 of those because they're in the front. And just take your time. Reversing a pattern is always difficult because you have to think and you have to look at it. Okay, so I did my front, and now the next one, it's in the front, so I'm going to do my back. And you see how you can see it already. It's starting to go, this one's this way, now it's this way, this was this way, now it's this way. So I did my first row of the reversal, and you can see it's already starting to change the pattern. So now we're just gonna flip around, chain 3, 2, 3, oops, lost that, chain 3, and now all we have to do is repeat for the next 3 rows what we just did, because we reversed the pattern. Now we just have to repeat 3 more times the same way. So I did my 4 rows of my reversed, so you can see the nice little checkered thing that's happening here. So this is our pattern. So now for the next 4 rows, you're going to be doing this pattern, and then after that you're going to be doing this pattern, then again this pattern, and again this pattern. So keep going your your zigzag until such time as you reach or achieved our desired height. We're going to snip this off. So give it always a little bit of a tail. Take your scissors and cut, and then you take this tail end and you wrap it around your crochet hook, and you just pull it through all the way and tighten it. Okay, right, so this is panel 1 of 2. So now I want you to go and start another one exactly like this, and when you finish your second one, I'll show you how to join them together. Okay, so I've got my second panel, and it fits the cushion nicely. So now we're going to start to put them together. So let's begin. So this is our 2 ends. Okay, so we got to top our bottom. We're going to align it. So let's move this out of the way. This we're going to weave in later. So right now we want to do is we want to align it. So let's take our yarn off our spool. Okay, and let's make our slip knot by wrapping it around our fingers once, crossing it in the back, pushing it through, inserting our hook and pulling. So that's our slip knot. I'm going to take this hook with the slip knot on it, and I'm going to insert it right through here. So aligning these 2 together, I'm going to insert it right in the first little hook underneath the V's. So if you look at this, you will see it's V's, but it's not that crucial as long as you got 2 and 2, because you want to have double or else it's going to be stretching. So you want to have 2 and 2 on this side. Okay, so you're aligning that. Okay, let's get rid of our tail. So this is our yarn. So now we're going to slip stitch. Okay, so to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to hook up our yarn and pull it through all 4. Okay, that's called the slip stitch. And if you get stuck a little bit, that's okay. And then pull it tight, because that'll tighten it. Okay, and again, you're not picking up the yarn. All you're doing is you're taking your crochet hook over to the next 2, underneath the next. And sometimes it's tough, and it doesn't matter if you get every one or every second, or if you miss one, as long as you do 2 and 2 so that doesn't stretch. So get your hook in there, pick up your yarn, and pull it through both loops. It's called a slip stitch. Okay, so we go and move on to the next one. Underneath, pick up your yarn, pull through both. Okay, so keep going. Underneath the next one, pick up a yarn, pull through both. That'll give us a really nice edge. Like I said, and don't be like anal about, I gotta get every second or every first stitch. No, just try to do the best. I do into every stitch underneath the supposed V, but sometimes it's hard to see the V along the edge because some edges are rougher than the others. So pull it through all. Okay, so slip stitch all 3 sides. And if it goes under the, if it gets like that, just pull it through. It's not a big deal. Okay, so I want you to go and do all 3 sides, but leave this side open, and I'll show you how to finish off that one, because we're going to do slightly different. Now, if you have a crochet needle, a yarn needle, hook it up and sew it 3. That's easier than what we're doing, but I'm showing you how to use your hook to do this. Okay, so I've come to the end of my 3rd panel. I got 1 more stitch to do. And I'm just going to show you how to finish it up. So what you want to do now at this point, okay, is slip stitch to join right through. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut our yarn. Okay, unless you want to close it. Now, if you are not interested in washing this ever, and if you want it totally finished, just insert your pillow in here and just carry on crocheting all the way to the end, and then, you know, slip stitch the join, you're done. But if you want to reopen it again so you can wash it, so this is how we're going to finish it. Okay, so we're going to cut our yarn. Okay, we're going to pull our yarn through and pull it. So this will be tight. Okay. So now that we've finished all 3 sides, see how beautiful this edge looks all the way around? And we have this open so we can insert our pillow. So if you're not interested in ever removing your pillow and washing this, all you have to do is carry on and crocheting the way we were doing all the way through. You wouldn't cut it, you would just keep going till the end. But we want to wash this. So first of all, we're going to deal with all this little loose ends, which is these little things here and this little frilly things here. To do that, we're going to turn our pillow around and we're going to go and just hook them and just pull them in through. So they're on the inside and then we can't see them on the outside. So just, yeah, whatever, hook and pull it through. And now they're on the inside, not on the outside. Same thing on this end. I'm gonna get this guy, hook him, and well, he'll just go by himself. There, and he's on the inside. And in here, as you can see, it's quite, I got my hook inside, and this is quite a bit. So we want to pull this inside. So I'm gonna go as close as I can to where it is. So I got him right here. I'm gonna hook them up, both of them, and just pull them both in. So there, they're gone. So we want to take our pillow at this point and we're going to insert it in. So once you have your pillow inserted, what we want to do is we want to close this. And the way to do it is we're going to do a little zigzag along this edge here. And first of all, we're going to take our yarn and we're going to measure 4 times this amount. So if I go from here to here, so it'll be once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and I always do another half for safety. So let's say 5, just to give us a buffer. So I'm going to take one end and I'm going to insert it to the very end here with my fingers, and one on this side with my fingers. I'm going to pull it so it's exactly midpoint. Okay, so I want my 2 edges to be straight at the top. I'm just going to pull it. There we are. So we're exactly good. So if you can think of the principle of a shoelace, you know how you go back and forth zigzag? That's what we're going to be doing. And you can just use your hands. You can use your crochet hook. You can use a needle, whatever makes it comfortable. So first of all, we'll do this one on this side. And then we do this one and insert it on this side. Okay. So now, so we got them like this. So now this one goes on this side. And this one will come down, so we can pull it. And this one will go on this side. Now this one here will come on this side. So just like a shoelace, think of this being a shoelace. And you're just doing up your shoelace, and this one will go at the top. Okay, and then we're just going to pull it. So I want you to keep going all the way to the end, then I'll show you how to finish it. Okay? So when you get to the end, all you have to do is pull it tight, and that should tighten the whole edge. And I hope you've been pulling it tight throughout the whole thing. But you can always tighten it. Okay, so there we go. And now, just like you do with the shoelace, you do your little knot. Because you want to be able to undo it so you can take it apart, and so there it is. So just cut off the excess tail. So it's not too much. Now you can either leave it like this, or what you do is you take this, because you know this at the beginning, and then you kind of find that space in there and tuck it in. There. And then it's hidden. So we'll know that this is the edge because it's unlike the other ones which have the line. And there is the finished product.